Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ms. Basha. I'm a co-founder at Meet Goals along with Nitin. He's also joined me. Meet Goals, before I go to Meet Goals, I would like to, just kind of put across a thought that most of the time, where do we spend in our lives? Mostly it's at office or at work. And Meet Goals is something that is catering to that needs. So Meet Goals talks about driving a peak performance at workplace through holistic mental and emotional well-being for the corporate. Now, to understand it furthermore, let's see that what's the entire scenario around in the world and in India. So, according to WHO, there is around 1 trillion uh, productivity loss throughout a year with respect to mental health issues. Now, if we see productivity loss and the underlying issues would come from low participation, fragmented vendor approach, no lasting behaviors, and mental fatigue and workplace conflict. So these all become a surface level situations or problems which which are somewhere or the other related to the emotional mental challenges that the person or the employee may be going through. How Meet Goals is trying to solve is that Meet Goal has a product suite which has two products, which is Thrive 360 and Perform Edge. Perform Edge talks about there are training programs which would be linked to the KRAs and KPIs of the employees to check the productivity once the training program is done, before and after. And we'll also be offering a mobile app. We'll also be offering one-on-one therapy coaching sessions as and when needed. In another product which we have, Thrive 360, we will be providing webinars, one-on-one therapy coaching sessions, and a series of and the mobile app. Now, how are we getting different in this field? So we come with a background of around 13, 14 plus years into training mental health professionals, wherein we train in building skills in therapy and coaching. We are personally ourselves practitioners in therapy since more than a decade. So we have a background of 2000 plus practitioners that we have trained and the clients that we have worked with. So it's a clinically proven models that we are working upon, which has given results to not only our practitioners and us also. And that's what something that we are kind of put it into this domain for the corporates. It's a unified experience. So right from the mobile app to the one-on-one therapy coaching and the training program, all of them are on a similar line of principles. So it's not that the training program is happening by another person, another vendor, or a therapy coaching session is taken by another vendor, and the mobile app is brought by another vendor, and there's no one way of measuring it out. Also, we are making it multilingual. We have an app right now which is in English as of now, but as we go forward, we're looking to make it one language in India and two languages in India, and another. Then we'll add international. We are also planning to add HR analytics. How this will help in proof of impact is change at a behavioral level. It's a validated product, and we have an expert entire network who's there to support in terms of trainers, in terms of practitioners, all of them. So this is a glimpse that I can share it on the screen. So there's one training program that we've already done. Two, in fact, we have done with two repeated clientels. Then for therapy coaching, we have kept it more of a image, and the screenshot of mobile app is also added, where we have different modules, right, from managing emotions, transformative courses, guided hypnotic, meditations, daily routines, and goal blueprints which have different kind of goals that we want to achieve. And also there is a option to book a coach or a therapist on the app itself. The revenue model that we are trying to achieve is through three sections: SMEs, mid-size, those MSMEs, and the larger, through training programs, through one-on-one therapy coaching session, and mobile app. And we have divided that what kind of revenues we can expect with what kind of employee total that they have. It's there in this. So we have kind of given it. I'll come to it in terms of when the question and answer is there. Now, the sizable serviceable market that we have. So there is a good market for mental health, like 138 million in last year 2024, that's it's been saying it's going to increase by 452 million by say 33. And similarly in corporate training, also the total market is 108 billions, and it's going to increase at 137 billion by 33. And the culmination of both, or say the point where we come into picture, or where we have a USP also, is that meat coals can serve a market of 3.7 billion. At least that's what we have in hand, and it's a good number to start with. Now, with respect to our competitors, so there are people in market who are doing different activities, like there is Mindpeers, there is Infido, there's Better Up, Spring Health, and there are various many other apps also pursue it individually caters to individual activities. Like you'll find that there's a sleep app, there is a journal tracking app, a habit app, or meditations app. All of that are there differently, but Meet Goals comes with its own holistic approach, wherein you're not just getting therapy coaching sessions, you're also getting your trainings, you're also getting individual courses that you can do it by yourself as a first hand experience, and then go to a coach or a trainer. And we come with a very proprietary framework which is almost 14-15 years tested with the practitioners and the clients. And we are also putting in a tracking system in place on the app itself, so that the HR can make a sense out of it in terms of analytics. And we are combining well-being with performance or productivity. So it's not just well-being, it's productivity through emotional and mental well-being. That is what we are looking at. Milestones that we've achieved, I've not added one here, but I'll come to it. So right now, I've not added a few things here. We started a journey per se with respect to our accelerators and program incubator programs through 18 Startup Plus. We have it on Vadvani Foundation. We had ISB as well, and we have right now served more than two repeated clients or corporate clients, one on year basis. And we do have Google credits of $2,000 for the startup that is there. In fact, we did also do a certain test. So right now our focus is on B2B, but we did carry out a small section for B2C for our app in last month, over a weekend, over a period of 2 weekends, wherein we have pitched our app to a small section who's a known community, and we'll be able to gather a revenue of around 1.5 lakh over 2 weekends. So that's something that I have not added, but yeah, that's something that I wanted to bring to the notice. What go-to-market strategies that we are following right now is that we are trying to connect directly also with HR heads, CHROs, CXOs, and L&D managers, through which we can pitch in, get into the corporate scenario. We are running pilot projects we want to do for enterprise level organizations, for say for their 20 plus employees, and in a duration of 3 months. And given that what we are offering over, without any fees over it. Strategic partnerships we are looking with recruitment firms, insurances, and gifting companies, because they're or tech partners as well, HR tech partners as well, because they're already there in the market. And we would really, I mean, it would be really helpful to go ahead with these tech partners, because they can help us to get into the space. It's a unified approach, as we have built a wholesome space for individuals to cater to. Market validation, this is the revenue that we have generated over 1 year is 350,000 over two repeated clients. We have a pipeline of organizations that we're talking to, like HDF and Money, Microsoft. That's there. We are in talks with them, and we soon have sessions. We also have a entire setup in terms of trainers as well as practitioners who would be there on the put on the app for taking up the sessions for coaching or therapy, as well as trainers who will conduct these training programs besides from Nitin and myself. And the product has and the app is live now since last 3 months over over Android and iOS, and it's been tested by 100 plus people with effect to its reliability and effectivity. The next thing that we have is the team. So in the team, we have two people already here. Nitin is there. He comes with his experience of 15 plus years as a counseling psychologist and a creator of the framework that we practice very diligently. That's cognitive hypnotic psychotherapy. Trained over 2,000 professionals. And he's also somebody who's specifically looking into product design and psychological innovations. I am Misbah, who's also a CEO and coming with 10 plus years of experience in HR, a clinical psychologist, and also working in the same modality, and will be leading the operations and implementation strategy for the startup. Gaurav is somebody who is a CEO, CTO, and he is somebody who's managing the tech part of it, the mobile app part, into development and architecture of the mobile and integrating in future the AI and platform scalability. So this is our team, and we do have certain how it will help the organizations in boosting productivity, low attritions, higher engagement, measurable ROI for employees, better mental health, sustainable behavioral change, continuous support, inclusive access, and for the ecosystem of corporate in general, a standard workplace well-being, data-driven decisions, and a long-term cultural shift is what we're looking at. These are the few upcoming features that we want to add. That is, there's going to be a shrink buddy. We are adding language, as I said earlier. Meditations are already there because we already put in. Financial projections that we have for this year is that we're looking at 40 lakhs for 8 clans with 8 clans, and subsequently we have listed down what our financial projections are, like 4 crores with 40 and 16 with 140, 40 crores with 250 and 80 with 400. We do have certain testimonials from our clients in terms of what was the problem, solution, and impact. The problem was the managers avoided. I'm not reading it out. I'm just keeping on the screen for a moment to glance through it. So we did have, this was a situation, and we did a 1 day workshop. And the outcome that we got from this client is Persol Kali, the business head, of how it helped in working, bringing in that behavioral change in that employees and a top management employees. Another clientele was the chain of school based in Mumbai, Arya Vidya Mandir, and yet another repeated client again, Persol Kelly, wherein again we did on a different shifting resistance towards innovation program and a testimonials for the same. Ask is going to be 1.68. We have kind of bifurcated what we are actually looking at in terms of ask: technology, marketing, and manpower operations. So that in another 1.5 year, we are able to get through and develop the app furthermore, along with the other things. Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. I think this is from my side, and I'm open to question and answer. Should I keep the screen sharing or should I stop it?
You can keep or you can stop. It's better you stop sharing, I think, than
Oh,
please.
I've done it. So yeah, that was from my side. And if we have any questions, feel free to ask.
Hi, Mishpa. This is Subhanya
Hi.
from Startup
Hi.
Innovation.
Hi, ma'am.
Mishpa, this space, like it's more of finding the specific problem, and you guys will be giving the solution, or how we are going to take it forward. Like it will be an ordinary PD session, or it will be a specific problem finding, and for that you guys will be giving the psychological solution.
More so very specific. Nitin, you want to take it up? You have.
So
Okay.
I'll probably take this up. So there are two parts to it. When we are approaching corporates, there is a preset format that we have that we give them more from a introduction point of view that they understand the kind of programs we can do. But beyond that, for the training programs, we sit with them, we understand what is the requirements that they have, and then we devise a program around it. Mostly in the way we work in the behavioral space that we are in, the predominant problems are already identified. So it's more a question of plug and play where there are different modules, and depending upon the requirements of the organization, those modules can be plugged into creating a structured training program. There may be certain changes that may take place in terms of the examples that we use and so on, but the broad program more or less remains the same. The modules may vary from one organization to another organization, but the broad structure of the modules is already ready with us. As far as the mobile app is concerned, we have already kept in mind that key challenges that organizations have. Modules, meditations, mindset activities have already been added to the app, so that remains the same for everyone. And the personalized therapy and coaching session obviously will change based on the individual employees who are reaching out to us. Also, what we did was just one small thing. We divided the training programs into two parts. There's full-fledged training programs that we are planning to do, which is Performage. And then there is the webinars, because at times, at least some of the organizations that we have been reaching out to right now, they've told us that we would want to start with smaller webinars first and then move on to training programs if required. So there are pitches that already begin with the webinars, but webinars and mobile app, we would like to kind of still pitch together, because webinar becomes the starting point, and then mobile app is what keeps the entire thing sustaining for the employees in the,
Okay, got it.
in the organization.
Got it. Thank you. Thanks for your clarification. That's it from me.
Hi, this is Thiru from SRSC Spark. I have seen in your deck that you have deployed somewhere in some corporate, right? Have you got any kind of validation from them? So what is the metrics or a kind of improvements have you seen in a kind of metrics is there? Do you have any kind of metrics or a feedback from the people, those who are using your platform?
So we have feedback from both the organizations,
Okay.
but these programs were conducted while the mobile app was already in the development phase. So the mobile app development is more or less completed recently. When we did these training programs, they were designed, customized based on the requirements that the organizations gave us. So for example, with Person Cali, one of the challenges they faced was that whenever a new idea was being presented to their top management, so the person who was at the top had spoken to us, and then the second line of managers that they had, any new idea being presented to them, they would generally be not open to those ideas. And then we spoke over a period of time to check after the training program what is the difference in the openness of those participants who were there in the workshop. And the head that we were in touch with had given us the testimonial stating that there is a measurable, observable shift that we notice in the openness that they have regarding the ideas that are being presented to them. For the Arya Vidya Mandir school teachers, we had done more. The program was more about them being able to manage themselves in terms of their emotional states, because that was coming in the way of working with children effectively. And again, the teachers, we have stayed in touch with them, and their ability to manage their emotions has been far better.
Great. So one more question. So how you are projecting yourself as more unique when comparing with other competitive players in the market? Can you please explain on that clearly?
Sure.
Yeah.
So when we studied the market, one of the things we realized is most of the companies which are in corporate wellness are working in a way where they have training vendors that they connect with so that the training programs can be delivered through the training vendors, or they hire freelance trainers. The mobile app they may have developed internally, or they would have hired certain people who are psychologists to develop those apps. And then the one-to-one sessions, again, they are almost acting as an aggregator where they have practitioners that they've brought on board. But what happens is the trainers, the app, and the practitioners generally don't follow a cohesive system because they all come from different backgrounds, which creates more confusion for employees than clarity that they're looking for. In our case, given that we have been training psychologists for the last 15 years, we have a set of people who have been trained in the same philosophy on which the app is developed. And the training programs are designed on the same philosophy. So what happens is there's cohesiveness at every level, and each component of the wellness program supports other components. So it's when you are working in the training program, during the training program, you will be recommended, all right, these are the modules on the app that will support the challenges that you're looking at addressing through this training program. Similarly, when you go to the practitioner, you don't have to start afresh. The practitioner already has the access to the app. They've already been trained in the same module. They can begin from what you've already done and help you forward from there. So primary USP is our experience in this field. The fact that we are the ones who have created some of these modules. So for example, given our expertise, you will have situations where people...
More, Nitin.
How much time, sorry?
30 seconds more.
30 seconds. Okay. So there are times when you want to devise customized meditative processes for employees. Standard training programs are not able to do that. Given our expertise that we train people in hypnosis and meditation and psychologists, we are actually able to create customized programs and add it on the app as well. One of the things that we are adding going forward now is about there's an organization that we spoke to who has a philosophy of their own that they wanted to see if their philosophy can be converted into a pre-recorded course through meditations and journaling. And that's one of the things that we are looking at doing. This is something which is unique. There is no other organization that I'm aware of that generally does this.
Okay, just last question. Prakash sir, if you allow.
Yeah, please, sir.
Yeah. So I just one question. That
That
means what is your
means what is
yeah, Sriram sir, you're going ahead or shall I?
no, sir.
Yeah.
No, please,
So,
please go ahead. Please go ahead.
yeah. So thanks. So Nitin, just one thing. I think you are in that website which is mentioned Indore, is right? Indore, correct? I think
Yeah.
you guys are from Indore, so you might be comfortable in Hindi as well. So the first question is this: what is your current revenue? Means what is the revenue? Means
So with Meet Goals, our current revenue is 3.5 lakhs in training programs. In the last week and a half, like Misbah mentioned, we did a small
नहीं
selected
बस
lifetime deal.
आप सिर्फ टाइम इज थोड़ा कांस्टेंट है सॉरी
Okay.
थोड़ा
So
टाइम
1.5 lakh for lifetime deal for mobile app and 3.5 lakh for the training program.
बट एक चीज बताओ कि अगर आई एम जस्ट आई थिंक यू गाइस आर कंफर्टेबल विद हिंदी राइट करेक्ट
हाँ,
बिकॉज़
चलेगा।
Either is fine.
आपके वेबसाइट पे इंदौर लिखा है आपके लिंक्डइन में मुंबई लिखा है एंड यू हैव ओनली 37 फॉलोअर्स एंड यू आर मेंशनिंग 2000 प्रैक्टिशनर एंड 52000 clients. If you are mentioning 52,000 clients, why the number is very low in the SM platforms?
Okay.
Okay. So the numbers that I mentioned for 2,000 practitioners, they've been trained in another
And
organization of
52,000
our
clients
own.
you have mentioned.
Sorry, can you say that again?
52,000 clients you have mentioned.
Correct. So the 52,000 clients that we have mentioned is based on the idea that we have a parallel organization called iChas, which is where all of these modules have been developed. So the 2,000 psychologists that have been trained by us in that particular organization. And each of those practitioners have worked with X number of people. The cumulative number is 52,000.
हाँ बट आपके एसएम में तो योर नंबर्स आर इट्स नॉट
आप
वेरी
अगर iChas, I'll share the LinkedIn profile with you. अगर आप iChas का पेज
ना मैं
देखेंगे
लिंक्डइन में
LinkedIn का,
देखा हूँ उस पे आई थिंक दे हैव यू हैव मेंशन मुंबई द नंबर्स आर वेरी लेस आई हैव सीन
no, that's what
37
I'm saying. So,
फॉलोअर्स
correct. You are saying Meet Goals के लिए. I'll
Yeah.
share the another page of the LinkedIn, which is in iChas, which is where you will find a lot more followers. So these are all, both of these are our organizations. We train psychologists and coaches in iChas, and then they are used to work with employees and clients in Meet Goals. So Meet Goals is a recent entity. This has been established like a year and a half back, and the app development has just taken place in the last couple of months. So we are now in the phase of launching programs as a part of
नहीं
it.
आप नहीं लेट्स इट्स वेरी सिंपल कि आप जो 50,000 बोल रहे हो ये 50,000 कौन है बस सिंपल
तो ये 50,000 वो लोग हैं जिनके साथ हमने as therapists or our people that we have trained as therapists have worked with.
ठीक थैंक यू
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks. Hi, Sriram. Yeah, I'll just take literally 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So now that you mentioned there are two organizations, it would be required, and I'm also guessing that the two would be folded into each other. And
So
I'm also
ideally we wanted to only have one. The thing, sorry, I can hear myself. Can I say? So ideally we only wanted to have one. We were suggested by someone that it will be a good idea for you to set up two organizations and later on decide if you want to merge them into one, because both organizations are people who share the who are heading the organization are the same. So we are more than
what
happy to
happens
work
is
with two together.
where the investment is raised, where the time is spent, all are issues. So I think you'll have to look at merging the two, merging the client base, merging your revenue base, your resources base, and transfer all your, the numbers and networks which came up in an earlier discussion. I think it would have to be merged. I think that's a higher level discussion, because at this point, I think it's not even appropriate if you say that there's another organization that, although you have no intention of doing anything wrong, it gives the impression that there could be two organizations, there could be leakage, etc. I think it's better to arrest it before those doubts come in.
Okay.
And it'll be a crime to have such large database in the parent organization and the front-facing one being so weak in terms of the social media and presentation. I think you find a way to work on it. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Satyam, Sriram, and ma'am. Thank you, Nitin and Misbah, for presenting.
Thank you.
Let's move
Thank
on
you.